A huge last round of Six Nations on the cards. France versus Scotland in France. France in the driver's seat at the moment to win the title, but it's also theirs to lose. Scotland won't go down easy. This fixture last year went down to the wire, but this French side right now with their tails up, playing with confidence, is a scary prospect. Before we get into it, let me know in the comments how you see this game playing out. What do you think of the teams named? Who do you think is going to win the Six Nations this weekend? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. So we'll jump through the teams first. At the home side, we're looking at France first with Gross, Molvaka and Antonio up front. Locks of Flamand and Gilead. And then back row of Kroos, Bodenhout and Aldrich. Aldrich captain, obviously Dupont injured, not playing this round, or will be out for a long time. I think it was confirmed an ACL injury or rupture. Not the best, and all the best with recovery. It's a long 9 to possibly 12 months recovery with an ACL. Not fun at all. Backline of Luku and Intermac 9 and 10, and then centres of Mofana and Gael Fickou. Gael Fickou coming back into the French side. Love that. Back three of Louis Biarre. I think I've nailed that. Damien Penaud and Thomas Ramos. And then bench of Marchand, Bale, Aldeghiri, Arado, Murpho, Jigo, Geelong, and Lagarik. That is a 7-1 split, and apologies for my French pronunciations there. I'm really, really working at. But I think I've nailed Louis Biarre. I think I've nailed that. Very, very exciting squad. Obviously going with the 7-1 split again. I'm going to touch on the bench when I get into where the game will be won or lost. But it's working for France. Something's working. Don't fix what ain't broke. If something's working, keep running with that. There's obviously the risk-reward with regards to injuries in the back line. But I think that's how you say Jigu. I think that's how you say it. He came on last week at centre for France and it's like he's been playing there his whole life. Fantastic. I think Geelong can also jump in the back line somewhere if needed. Lagarik can just cover. He's a 9, but can cover 10. Then you've got Ramos that can cover 10 as well. Penaud can jump at fullback. Like Gael Fickou can jump on the wing. Intermac can probably jump in the centres if need be. I'd love to see Penaud jump at 13. Like if they've got versatility around that back line to make it work. It's a very, very scary prospect that. Jumping over to Scotland's team. So we've got Piers Kuman, Dave Cherry, Zander Fagerson up front, then Gregor Brown and Grant Gilchrist. Locks, back row of Jamie Ritchie, Rory Darge and Matt Fagerson. Backline of Ben White, Finn Russell, Tom Jordan, Hugh Jones, and back three of Duan van der Merwe, Darcy Graham and Blair Kinghorn. The bench, we've got Ewan Ashman, Rory Sutherland, Will Hurd, Johnny Gray, Marshall Sykes, Ben Muncaster, Jamie Dobby and Stafford McDowell. So that's a 6-2 split. So obviously the best they can do with regards to trying to counteract France's 7-1 split. Again, we saw, was it against Ireland when Scotland played, when they had 2 backline injuries in the first 20 minutes and those subs had to be made very early on. So when you do these 6-2 splits or 7-1 splits, like while there's so many people, you can't do that. Like the teams there's a big risk to it. Yes, the reward is you can pretty much sub your whole forward pack, but the risk is if backline players get injured and injured early, it's tough to turn it around from there. All right, we'll jump into some matchups quickly and then where I see the game won or lost. My first matchup is the front row battle. Holy, that is a battle and a half. I'm looking at Piers Kuman versus Antonio. That is two specimens going at it. France dominated Ireland up front. Can they do it again this weekend? Or can they do it versus the Scottish front row? Dave Cherry, Fagerson, Skuman, really, really strong front row. But then you're looking at Gross, Molvaka, and Antonio. Oh man, that first scrum is going to be exciting. I always say I don't know much about the dark arts, but I do love a scrum. I do love a scrum battle. I'm starting to look into it, like who's getting the ascendancy or who's dominant, because sometimes a dominant forward pack gets penalized, and then I'm like, what are you talking about, ref? But this will be big. Obviously the scrums, but ball carries, tackles, so defensively as well. These guys will look to lead the charge in that regard. My next matchup, man, and this is it. The battle of the tens, the battle of the magicians. Roman Intermac, Finn Russell. Just two classy, out and out ballers going at it. The decision makers, the orchestrators, the chefs in the kitchen, the guys that are cooking up, the guys that are stirring the pot. Oh man, these guys are going at it. Two of the best at their craft. They know what they're doing. When they're on song, these players, when they're on song, they're some of the silkiest, most skillful players in world rugby. Great kicking out of hand, decision-making elite, ball in two hands. Their distribution is fantastic. Obviously, whoever's forward pack is going forward, it's going to help their case a lot. But man, it's going to be very exciting to see whether these guys went on the front foot, how well they do, but then went on the back foot, how they can change that and how they can play chess, not checkers, to swap that pressure over onto the other side. Very, very exciting matchup there. Then obviously quickly, the back three battle. Insane. You're looking at Louis Biel-Biarre, Damien Pano, and Thomas Ramos up against Duan van der Merwe, Darcy Graham, Blair Kinghorn. Oh man, some of the best finishers in the game. Some of the guys that, when there's no opportunities, they go out and create opportunities. They've got the skills to beat you one-on-one, whether that's a step, a handoff, a run over the top of you, and just out-and-out pace, burn you on the outside, little grubber through. They've got it all. Don't give them space. That's all I'm saying. Don't give them space. Where I see the game won or lost, firstly, and it's massively, it's the bench. We've seen what difference this French bench made versus Ireland. You can swap that whole forward pack pretty much. They can come on, the starters can go for their lives for that first 50 to 60 minutes, wear you down, physically batter you, and then they can swap pretty much that whole forward pack. Guys like Jigu coming on and Geelong, I hope that's how you pronounce their surnames, and they come on and they putting in those 10, 20 tackles or just getting up off the deck, doing their most. The second efforts is the big thing that I noticed from this French bench or this France bench that come on. Really, really good in that regard. And can Scotland hold on, but then can they compete when those subs are made? Because man, Ireland were barely holding on at the start, but then could not hold on at all at them. It's like when you're getting pulled behind a boat on a tube and you're holding on, your dad's doing this many turns, you're holding on for dear life, and then he decides to do the donuts and you're just like, duh, and you get belly flopped and you head first into the water, your life jacket's over your head. This is it. You're holding on. Can you hold on? But then can you hold on when that second wave comes through? And that's a big one. I think Rux is going to be a super important part of this game. Jamie Ritchie named at 6, got the most turnovers this season, 6 turnovers. Outstanding, not the shortest. Usually pull for guys that go for the ball, steal ball at rucks are quite short and stocky, but he's quite a different build, so a bit lankier, bit thinner, bit taller, but man, can he steal a ball. I think his timing is the best part of it. So he'll look to disrupt France's ball, but then France will look to clear him out, and they'll have Boldenote, Aldrich and Cross looking to do their most at ruck time as well. Man, this is going to be a game. France just need a win, and they win the Six Nations. If France lose England can potentially win it. If France and England lose, Ireland can potentially win the Six Nations. It's all to play for. It's France's to win and France's to lose. Scotland, like I said, will not go down without a fight, but I think it'll be a bit too much. This French side at the moment, unbelievable, man, and deserve to win the Six Nations this year. So I'm going to go France by 10 plus. Let's call it. I'm going to go France 35. Oh, man, I'm going to go more. I'm going to go France 40 to 20. 20 points difference here with a big win in France and then to clinch it and win the Six Nations. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. How do you see this one playing out? I want to hear from you. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.